It's day 6, the final day of sport climbing at the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Today brings us the women's boulder and lead final. We'll talk about the top moments from the competition, and of course, learn which 3 athletes rose to the top to take home a medal. Welcome to August Climbing. My name is August. It has been quite the week for sport climbing on this global stage. For me, it feels bittersweet that we've reached the final day of competition, but wow, it's been an exciting journey. Be sure to comment with your top Olympic climbing moment from today and also from this entire week. As before, if you would like explanations of the competition format and scoring, you can check out the previous videos in this series. After a brief observation period, the 8 athletes got to work on boulder number 1. This was their start order for the day for the boulder and lead rounds. B1 was the electric boulder featuring these blue volumes and pink and blue holds. It had this dynamic leap to a donut-shaped hold between zone 1 and zone 2, and it ended with a dynamic leap and a double-handed clutch at the top. Erin McNeice of Great Britain gave it the first top of the day in 2 attempts. Oceana Mackenzie of Australia came out next and quickly gave us the first flash of the day. Oriane Bertone of France also flashed the problem. Brooke Raboutou of the United States did it in 4 attempts. Jessica Pilz of Austria completed it in 2 attempts. And Janja Garnbret of Slovenia flashed boulder number 1. It's worth noting here that Mori Ai of Japan had difficulty starting this problem, which may have been because of her height, and it's hard to know how far she might have gotten in this problem had she been able to start it. In total, B1 was topped by 6 of the 8 athletes with 3 flashes. Then on to B2, the technical slab problem. This had yellow and white, sharply angled holds and volumes. It was a very aesthetic looking problem. It was all about balance, as slab often is. First, there was this straight up move to zone 1, then a rightward traverse to zone 2, with an optional 180-degree face-out move to the audience before stretching over to match at the top. Erin McNeice was the only competitor to flash this problem, which is quite impressive given the technical nature of this boulder. Oceana Mackenzie topped it in 3 attempts, Oriane Bertone topped it in 2, Brooke Raboutou in 3, Jessica Pilz in 5 attempts, and Janja Garnbret in 2 attempts. Janja did show a little bit of hesitation in the final section of this boulder problem. In total, 6 of 8 competitors topped B2 with 1 flash. Then B3 was the power boulder. It had these black and white holds, a bit of a running start, a steep feet-first section on the roof before reaching up to an angled edge over the lip and finally rocking over onto a tiny right foothold to stand up and get the match. It reminded me of like an outdoor style problem, which was pretty cool to see in these Olympics in contrast to some of the coordination style problems. Mori Ai was the first to top this problem in 3 attempts. Brooke Raboutou topped it in 2 attempts, and Janja Garnbret came out with the flash. They were the only 3 competitors to top boulder number 3. B4 was the coordination style problem with black volumes and these black and white dual text holds. It involved a huge swinging start to leap left to zone 1, then a paddle dyno up to zone 2, and another huge coordination move to the right with a paddle to the top hold, but it was blocked and required a high degree of precision to hit it correctly. Half of the field reached zone 2, and several had good attempts on the final leap to the top, but they all struggled to stick the last move with enough precision to hold on. Janja Garnbret was the final competitor to come out and attempt this problem. And for the first time in this competition, we really saw Janja struggle. She had difficulty with the first swing to zone 1, eventually figuring out a 1-arm method that worked for her, but was very different than what we saw from the other competitors. When she did finally make it up to zone 2, Janja took some time to rest there and regain her composure. When she attempted the final move, she couldn't quite stick it. She also appeared to be rubbing one of her fingers afterward. It didn't seem that there was any medical attention given, but some type of discomfort. In the end, no one topped B4. Here are the official results after the Boulder round. You can see that Janja and Brooke put themselves in the best position going into the lead round, and since Janja didn't flash all 4 boulders as she often does, Brooke Raboutou was in position to challenge the reigning gold medalist. Positions 3 through 6 here finished within 0.4 points of each other, each having a good shot at a podium finish going into the lead round. It appeared at this point that Mori Ai and Sao Che-yun would have a difficult time getting a high enough combined score to make it onto the podium. Next, the route setters had put up an engaging lead route for these competitors to climb, and one that was exciting for all of us to watch as well. All of the competitors breezed through the first 2 scoring sections. It was the 3rd scoring section featuring white volumes and these pink holds that started to present some difficulties. Oceana McKenzie and Oriane Bertone had good lead climbs, but struggled a bit in this 3rd section, and both competitors fell in roughly the same spot midway through that 3rd scoring section. The remainder of the field climbed into the final scoring section, but reached varying points amidst those last 10 holes. Mori Ai had the most impressive lead performance of the day. Looking so calm and in control, she ascended all the way up to the final dynamic move to that 100-point hold. She touched the top, but didn't quite stick it, walking away with an impressive 96.1 points and 1st place in lead. But with a lower score in Boulder and 3 competitors still to come, it would remain to be seen if her combined score would be high enough for a podium finish. Next up was Brooke Raboutou, and my heart was pounding so hard while Brooke was on the lead route. I knew she could do it, and I was very invested in seeing her climb into a medal position, hopefully a gold medal position. Brooke put up a solid performance on the lead wall and climbed 3 holds into the final scoring section. That was enough to bring her into 1st place position, and with only 2 competitors to come, this placed her in a guaranteed medal position. Brooke was elated once she realized this, as was I, but seeing her emotions and just how much it meant to her was so wonderful. Jessica Pilz climbed next and would have needed nothing less than a top to surpass Brooke Raboutou. But getting into a 2nd or 3rd place position was even more in reach. Pilz did not disappoint, climbing 3 holds shy of the top and bringing herself into a guaranteed medal position. It was now Brooke Raboutou, Jessica Pilz, and Mori Ai in the top 3 positions. And to close out sport climbing at the Paris 2024 Olympics, Janja Garnbret stepped up to the lead wall. She would need to climb at least 1 hold beyond where Brooke Raboutou had reached in order to secure gold. And that she did. Janja did not appear to have any issues with her finger. She seemed confident and climbed fluidly. Any issues from that final boulder problem had melted away. Janja climbed 3 holds beyond Brooke Raboutou and fell high on the route with only 4 holds remaining to the top. And things were a combination of electrifying and emotional as Janja Garnbret realized she had done it once again. After a few moments, Brooke Raboutou ran over to hug Janja and celebrate with her. It was beautiful to witness their genuine friendship and support of each other, even on this global stage where they were competing against each other. So let's take a look at these official final results. Janja Garnbret with a combined score of 168.5. Brooke Raboutou with a combined score of 156.0, and Jessica Pilz with a combined score of 147.4. These are your Olympic medalists. Mori Ai unfortunately finished in that heartbreaking 4th position with a combined score of 135.1. If you were watching this as well, I would love to know what was going through your mind in these final moments. And I'd just like to express my gratitude once again. Thank you for joining me on this journey over the past 6 days as we recap each day of sport climbing at the Olympics. And there are more great things to come on this channel. My name is August. Thank you so much for watching.